At 17, they said he'd become the greatest footballer on the planet. In 2015, he rises to the level of Messi and Ronaldo, one of the 3 Ballon d'Or finalists, sharing the stage with the 2 defining players of the era. Later, he moves for 222 million euros, the most expensive transfer in football history, and perhaps the biggest missed opportunity in the history of the game. Most prodigies rush to Europe at the first opportunity. Not Neymar. He puts that decision off for 5 years. So what keeps him at Santos when the whole world is calling? Santos isn't just a club. It's Pelé's club, the legend of Brazilian football. So when a kid with similar magic in his feet starts standing out there, they don't call him the new Messi. They call him the new Pelé. By 17, Europe's top clubs are keeping tabs on him. Chelsea offers £20 million. Neymar turns it down and extends his contract with Santos for another 5 years. His debut for the national team at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey is a success. The Brazilian scores, and the team beats the US 2-0. And an incredible solo goal against Flamengo in 2011 earns him the Puskas Award. And the admiration of Pelé himself, clips of his skills spread around the world before the rise of social media, passed around on USB drives. While today's young talents rush to Europe after a couple of good matches, Neymar stays for 5 seasons. It isn't until July 1st, 2013, that Barcelona officially announces the transfer. More than 50,000 fans welcome him at Camp Nou. Barcelona welcomes him as a star, but his first season turns out to be anything but stellar. 15 goals in 48 matches across all competitions. Solid for a debut season, but not what's expected from the Catalans' most expensive signing at the time. While Messi shines beside him, Neymar is still adjusting to a new league, a new language, and a new role. No longer the main character, just one of the cast. And that's also when the first injuries begin. In his debut season alone, he misses a total of 59 days. The problem that will haunt his entire career shows up in his very first months in Europe. Brazil's dream at their home World Cup begins exactly as it should. Neymar leads the team forward, scores decisive goals, and shoulders the weight of an entire nation's expectations. But the quarterfinal against Colombia is remembered not for the win, but as one of the roughest matches of the tournament. 54 fouls between the 2 teams. In the 8th minute, one of those fouls, Zuniga's knee into Neymar's back, leaves him with a fractured vertebra. He's carried off the field on a stretcher. For the leader of the host nation, it's the end of a dream. For Brazil, it gets far worse. Without him, the team reaches the semifinal and loses 1-7 to Germany, the most humiliating defeat in the history of Brazilian football. He recovers from the serious injury and hits the best form of his life. The next season becomes the finest of Neymar's career. And it starts with the signing of Luis Suarez. The MSN trio is complete. 39 goals in all competitions, 10 of them in the Champions League. Together, Messi, Suarez, and Neymar score 122 goals in a single season, a record for an attacking trio in football history at the time. Barcelona wins the treble, but even a season like that doesn't pull him out of Messi's shadow. In the 2015 Ballon d'Or race, Neymar finishes 3rd, behind Messi and Ronaldo. An excellent result for a second season in Europe, but Neymar always wants more. In the fall of 2015, Messi is sidelined for 2 months. While the world's best player recovers, Neymar steps into the spotlight. 9 matches, 13 goals, 9 assists. Exactly what it takes to prove the team doesn't fall apart without Messi. But once Messi returns, everything falls back into place. A few months later, it's the Argentine who lifts yet another Ballon d'Or. In the spring of 2017, Neymar gets another chance to prove himself, this time in front of the whole world. March 8th, the second leg against PSG, After a crushing 0-4 first leg defeat, Barcelona pulls off the impossible. 6-1, the historic remontada, and it's Neymar who decides it. A free kick in the 88th minute, a penalty in the 91st, an assist in the 95th. Man of the match, the hero of the comeback. But even after a performance like that, nothing changes. Messi remains the face of Barcelona, and that stays untouchable no matter how many goals you score. Neymar's patience runs out. He doesn't want to be second, he wants to be number one, the top star of his own club. And he makes a move that shakes the entire football world. On August 3rd, 2017, Neymar's representatives personally deliver 222 million euros to Barcelona's offices, the buyout clause from his own contract. A world record transfer fee that still stands today. The same PSG he single-handedly destroyed in the remontada just months earlier is now his club. But his very first season in the new role teaches him a lesson. Right before the second leg of the Champions League round of 16 against Real Madrid, an injury. PSG loses without its main star and crashes out of the very tournament the whole move was for. Neymar recovers in time for the World Cup in Russia, but the comeback window is catastrophically short. His tournament is uneven, without the brilliance everyone expects from him. In the quarterfinal, Belgium stops Brazil 1-2, and the five-time world champions go home without even reaching the semifinal. The 2018-19 season. In January, another metatarsal fracture, the same one as a year before. Neymar misses both legs of the Champions League round of 16 against Manchester United, and PSG crashes out, throwing away a first leg lead. But it doesn't end with injuries. Instead of recovering, Neymar throws a party. February 5th, his 27th birthday. Around 200 guests, a red night theme, custom red crutches and sneakers to match. On stage, he tearfully tells the crowd that all he wants for his birthday is a new metatarsal. The public's reaction isn't sympathy, it's criticism. The club's biggest star is spending his months of recovery partying instead of working his way back to football. But in 2020, fate hands Neymar the chance he's been waiting for since the day he moved to Paris. August 23rd, 2020, Estadio da Luz, the opponent, Bayern Munich. In the 18th minute, Mbappe plays Neymar through one-on-one with Neuer, but the keeper makes a double save. And in the 59th, Kingsley Coman heads in the winner for Bayern, 1-0. Neymar will never come closer to the big trophy with PSG. And just days after the most painful defeat of his career, Neymar is already in Ibiza. He and Di Maria bring COVID back with them and miss the start of the new season. It only escalates from there. On New Year's, a 5-day party at his Brazilian mansion, around 150 guests in the middle of the pandemic. And when the criticism gets loud, Neymar answers it head-on in an interview on French television. "I'll never stop partying. Everyone likes to have fun." Not rumors, not tabloid gossip, his own words. In the summer of 2021, the unthinkable happens. Barcelona can no longer afford Messi, and the greatest player in the club's history joins PSG. Neymar posts a story captioned, "Back Together." On paper, a dream reunion. In reality, it's a verdict. The shadow he paid $222 million to escape has followed him to Paris. Now he isn't number one here either. His last real chance is the national team. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Neymar is 30, and everyone understands. There won't be another tournament like this for him. It starts along a familiar script. In the very first match against Serbia, an ankle injury, with opponents fouling him 9 times. He misses the rest of the group stage, but returns for the knockouts. A penalty against South Korea, and in the quarterfinal against Croatia, a goal in extra time. His 77th for Brazil, level with Pelé. But then, the shootout. Neymar is slotted 5th for the decisive kick. His turn never comes. Rodrigo and Marquinhos miss. Croatia wins 4-2. Neymar stands in the center circle in tears. He never even gets to take his penalty. In the summer of 2023, the Paris story ends quietly. The new coach simply doesn't include Neymar in his plans. PSG sells him to Saudi Arabia's Al Hilal for 90 million euros. The contract, around 150 million a year, 6 times his Paris salary. There's no sporting logic in this move, only money. And football seems to deliver its verdict. Just 2 months later, in October 2023, in a match for the national team, a torn ACL, the worst injury of his career. 340 days out, 60 matches missed. In a year and a half at Al Hilal, Neymar plays just 7 matches and scores 1 goal on a contract worth hundreds of millions. In January 2025, the club simply terminates his contract. The circle closes. Neymar returns to Santos, where it all began. And while the knee heals, Neymar lives his best life. 2 months after tearing his ACL, he launches his own cruise, Ne em Alto Mar, 3 days of parties with a casino in the middle of the ocean. Then, celebrity poker tournaments in Los Angeles. Even at his own daughter's birthday party, a camera catches him playing online poker on his phone. Football keeps slipping further down his list of priorities. One last chapter remains, the 2026 World Cup. Ancelotti includes him in the squad, more as a symbol than on sporting merit. Neymar hasn't played for the national team since 2023 and has barely recovered from yet another injury. The nation hopes for a miracle, just like back in 2014. But there is no miracle. He plays just 2 of Brazil's 5 matches, 15 minutes against Scotland, a penalty against Norway, and elimination in the round of 16. After the final whistle, Neymar announces he's done with the national team, and he says the line that closes a 16-year circle. It all started at MetLife Stadium, and this is where it ended. At 17, they said he'd become the greatest footballer on the planet. And it was no exaggeration. The talent really was that big. Twice, he stood on the Ballon d'Or stage next to Messi and Ronaldo, and both times, it felt like his turn was coming. But Messi and Ronaldo built their careers on the one thing Neymar always lacked: obsession with football. For decades, day after day, sacrificing everything else. Neymar refused to sacrifice. Injuries took months from him, and the parties, the poker, the fast life took everything else. The most expensive footballer in history, Brazil's all-time top scorer, above Pelé himself, and yet the biggest what-if in modern football. Not a story about talent falling short, a story about talent that was never protected. So what do you think? Did Neymar ruin his own career, or was he just unlucky? Let us know in the comments.